Okay, welcome, folks. Chumash Rashi, Torah portion, Chayei. We are in the third reading. We continue with Avram, and now he took his servant Eliezer, and is giving him a mission to go and find a wife for Yitzchak, for Isaac. Let's get right into it. Yikach Eved, and the servant took Asara Gamolim, 10 camels, Migmali Adonov, from the camels of his master, and he went, behold, to, and all of the good, all of the wealth, the bounty, Tuv means good. Here in this context, it means the bounty. Adonai biyadoi, it was in his hands. What does that mean? How could all the wealth be in his hands? What he had 10 gold coins. That was it. We'll see from Rashi, just to point out something that needs clarification. V'yakom, and he got up, v'yelech, and he went. El Aram Naharaim, to Aram Naharaim. Right, that's El Ir Nochor, to the ear of Nochor. Nochor was the brother of Avram. So that was verse number 10. Rashi, Migmali Adaina, from the master's camels, Nikonim Hayu, they were distinct. What do you mean? What do you have to say? You say you're taking camels. Why do you have to say from the camels of the master? I mean, he's a servant. Obviously, it's the master's. So Rashi says, this is to emphasize Shar Gemalim, that they were different than all other camels. Shar Yitzim is moving because they would go out muzzled, because of the concern of theft. Shalom Yiru, that they should not graze in other people's fields, which would be theft, right? Having your animal eating from someone else's field. Yeah. All of the bounty was in his master's hand. Of his master was in his hand, rather. Avram wrote a document making a gift to Yitzchak, al kol asher loy, everything that he possessed. Right? He was wealthy, so he gave all of his wealth to him. Why? Because that the people should jump and be eager bitam, to send their daughter. In other words, you're not marrying a pauper, someone who's someone who's a meager means. Nope, he's got great wealth. Here's the documentation. Remember, he's going to a far off place. They don't know. I mean, he is going to his family, so they know of him, but they don't know that he's got wealth. Maybe he's just a poor guy, right?
But it's more than documentation.
What do you mean? Why is it more?
Because he puts a bracelet on her hands and all.
I mean,
he actually took some.
Yeah, but that's not what these words mean. That's not what these words mean. Rashi is explaining these words, right? So. Because he couldn't take all of his bounty. The words say here all of his bounty. So all of his bounty means all of his bounty. How's that possible? Because he had documentation saying that whatever he owned, he gave it to Yitzchak, all of his bounty. That was separate. The fact that he had rings and this and that he could take in his hand, right? You can't take all the wealth in your hand. But you could is taking a document that says that Yitzchak has all the wealth. So that's what Rashi explains, right? The fact that he had other things is not the point over here, right? Because that's what the verse is coming to say.
They're a bunch of crooks. Anybody can write documentation. How is that so valid?
Because it's
because
first of all, no, yeah, because it's a documentation. You can go to the bank with that documentation, right?
Wow.
Right.
Already then they had recordings of things. incredible.
I mean, yeah, it's a. I remember the reason why it was done. He didn't have to do that in order to give him his wealth, right? But for the family that they should be eager to send their daughter,
Yeah,
that's why he had to do it.
yeah, that's what Rashi said.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, next Rashi in 10, Aram Naharaim literally means Aram of two rivers. It was called this because Ben Shtei Naharos it was situated between two rivers. It's an area in Mesopotamia that lies between the Tigris and the Euphrates rivers. Verse number 11. V'yavrech, and he kneeled, Hagamalim, the camels, michutz le'ir, outside of the city, al beramayim, by a well of water, leis erev, by evening time, leis seis hashay avos, at a time when they go to draw water. Rashi, v'yavrech hagamalim, he made the camels kneel. Here, beat some, he made them lie down. When the camels lie down, they bend their knees and tuck them under their bodies. So kneeling means you're lying down to rest, right?
That's where we learned the word Baruch.
Actually, it's not from here, but it's similar. Yes.
The Geffen.
No, but yavrech et geffen. It means to draw the vine to bring
They
it
always
down.
bring these two.
No, vayavrech in Chassidus always brings vayavrech as a geffen. I never saw this.
I saw it. Yeah.
But because the knees can bring you up or down, right? But the knees, the only body part that moves you up or down. So that's okay. Number 12. Vayomer Hashem, and Hashem said, Elokei Adoni, Vayomer, sorry. And he said, he's talking to himself or to God. You know, he's talking actually to himself. Hashem, Elokei Adoni, the Hashem, the God of my master, Avraham, Hakre no, make it happen. Lefanai, before me, Hayoim, today. Lasri Chesed, Imadoni Avram, and do a kindness with my master Avram. Hine, behold, right? So he's setting up the pace, right? I mean, I should say he's talking to God in himself, actually verbalizing it. Hine, anechi, behold, I am nitzav, standing al ein hamayim, by the spring of water, ubeneis anshe ha'ir, excuse me, and the daughters of the men of the town, Yotzes l'shoyev mayim. Yotzes, they go out, l'shoyev, to draw mayim, water. 14, v'haya, and it should be, right, please, it should be this way, let it be, hanara, the maiden, asheri oimar aleha, that I will say to her, hatina, please tip your jug, kadech is your jug, ve'eshte, and I will drink. V'amra, and she will say, drink, v'gam gam alecha, and she'll add, even your camels, ashke, I will give drink to. Oisa, her, haychachta, you have proven, you have chosen, avdecha, to your servant Yitzchak, Isaac, right, who is that will be the bride, right? And in her, I will know asisa chesed, that you have done a kindness imadini, with my master. Wow, right? I know that you have done good for me, and not even for me. It's totally not about him. Totally about he is there as a servant of Avram. That's all that matters. Very powerful. Okay. Rashi in 14. Her, Shemalev, you got it? You're following?
Yeah. Pretty straightforward.
You have chosen. Ruya hi Eloi. She is fitting for him. Shetia goimeles chasadim, that she will do acts of kindness. Okay, he in the kindness of Avram, and she is worthy. This one who will not only give drink to me, but to the camels too, that they should enter in the household of Avram. The word eichachta beirarta means selected, and in Old French, approuvé. Vaeda, and that I may know that through her, Lashon Techina, there's an expression of supplication. Hoida liba, let me know through her, Kiasisa Chesed, that you have done a kindness. If she will be from the family that is fitting for him, I will know that you have done a kindness. That's interesting. In other words, it's not enough, it seems, and I don't know how Rashi gets this exactly from here. The fact that she's going to be kind this way, okay, that's I will know through her. But that also she's from a fitting. I guess that's maybe the same idea. I'm not certain. Same idea that this will prove that she is from a good family. I think so. Maybe it continues that idea. Okay.
That the water came up to her.
Number 15. Vahi, and it was Kiterem before Kilo Ladabri, before he finished to speak. Wow. Hine, and behold, Rivka, Yoitzas, Rivka is going out. Asher Yulda Lebesul, that was born to Besul, Ben Milka, the son of Milka, Ashes Nachor, who is the wife of Nachor, Achi Avram, which is the brother of Avram. In other words, she is the granddaughter, right, of Avram's brother. So Avram is the great uncle. And Yitzchak is
Over 40.
no, I don't think that's the point over here. Yitzchak is a cousin, right? And she has a picture on her shoulder. Verse 16. And the Naira, the maiden, was had a beautiful appearance. Basula, she's a virgin. V'ishlo yada, and a man didn't know her. V'tered, Rashi will pick up on that if she's virgin. What does it mean? A man didn't know her. V'tered aina, and she went down to the spring. V'temale kada, and she filled her pitcher. V'ta'al, and she went up. Rashi in 16, Basula, she was a virgin. Welcome Sulim in the place of where the virginity is. Vishla Yada, and a man didn't know her, Shaloi Kedarka, meaning unnatural, Lafisha B'nai Sagayim, the daughters of the nations. Haya Mishamaris Malcolm Suleihim, they would guard the place of their virginity, but they would conduct themselves in a wanton way elsewhere. I love Al-Zu, but the Torah comes to testify about her, Shenikia Mikol, that she was clean from any immoral conduct. The Yaratz Ha'evid, and the servant ran the crossa to greet her. Vayomer. Now she's going to pick up. Why is he running to her? He didn't say he was going to run before, right? He's just going to go and ask. Why is he running? Hagmiini, give me drink, then let me sip a little bit. Mayim water from your pitcher. Rashi in 17. He ran towards her. Why? The fisha raw, because he saw the waters came towards her. Right, holy people, right? That's what they do. Remember, the fact that he's running is because he feels he found something. Why? He didn't even ask her yet. It's because the waters rose up to her, so that showed that she must be a very holy person. Hagmiini.
From Abraham.
Hagmiini, let me sip, lush, and gemiya. Yep. It's a language of sipping and in Old French, homer. Verse 18. And she said, she responded, Shisei Adoni, drink, my master. Bitte maher, and she went quickly, and she brought down Kada, the pitcher, al yada, upon her hand, and she gave drink to him. Rashi in 18, Kada, she lowered the jug, me'al shichma, from upon her shoulder. Rashi has explained that. Wasn't that obvious? Not certain. 19. And she finished to give him drink. But Taimer, and she said, to your camels also I will draw until they're finished to drink. Rashi, adim kilu, until that they have finished. Literally means until that they have finished. Im, over here the word im, which has 4 different meanings. Here it means that. Being kilu, that they have finished. Daisipukin. Targum Uncle is translated that they had enough. Shizuhi, Gmash, and that's when they conclude drinking. When they drink enough and they're satisfied. Right. And that's what it means. Right. Vitamaher, and she went quickly. Vitar, and she emptied Vitar Kada, her pitcher, Ela Shoikes, to the trough, right, the water trough, Vitaras, and she ran oid further, Elaber, to the well, Lishoiv, to draw a Tishav Lechol Gemalav, and she drew water for all of his camels. Rashi, Vitar, and she emptied, Lushan Nefitza, means emptying out. Harbe yesh b'loshen Mishnah. There are many examples in the language of the Mishnah. Hamare mikli el kli, that you empty from one vessel to another. Yesh lo'idayim. He's just showing different examples of this. Al tar nafshi. Do not cast my soul. Asher hevra lemavis nafshay. That his soul has been cast out to that. Just give me different. Ashoikes, the trough. Even chalula, it's a hollow stone, sheshoisim bo hagmalim, which camels would drink from. Right, that's how she didn't give from the pitcher, right? She put it into the trough, so that way the camels could drink. Okay, verse 21. Vahaish, and the man, right? This is Eliezer, the servant, right? Mishto'elo, he's astonished at her. Machrish, he's silently, like thinking, reflecting. Ladas, to know Ha'atzliach, if he in fact was successful. Hitzliach Hashem, rather, not that he was successful, that Hashem was successful, Darkai, in his journey, Imloy or not. Interesting. See how like a true servant, a real humble person. It's not about him, it's about he's here on a mission for his master. And did God was successful for him? Not was I successful? Yes, God was, right? God was the one who brought it, but was I successful? There's no ich over here. There's no I over here. There's such a bittul. Very.
But the thing was not an Apple.
Hmm?
It's not an Apple product.
Yeah. Mishta Rashi in 21, he was astonished. Loshin Shia, it's an expression of bewilderment. K'mo Sha'u Arim Tisha'e Shemama, cities were laid desolate. At Mishta Mishtaimim, amazed. So first it's like a bewilderment, right? Astonishment. He says now amazed. Misbahel, he was taken aback. Alra Dvara, they'd seen his matter, the mission, that the matter was being engaged in, Korav Latziach, that was nearing success. But he did not know yet. So it is a 2 point earlier. I wasn't certain. But there's 2 points over here. She's got to be a very kind person. Well, that seems to be what he found, right? And but now, did she come from Abraham's family or not? Imlad. That was the next question, right? So because there's 2 points over here, which was earlier we saw that. Yeah. Beim tisma, and do not be surprised, the tav that's in the word mishta'eh, she'ein lacha teva. So now we're going to go into some grammar over here. Because you don't have a word, shin, that the first letter of whose root is shin, and it's speaking in a third person masculine, past. She'ain tov mafrida, because there isn't, which does not have a tov separating. Between two letters of the main root. Coming mishtaya. Megizras, shaylel, mishtaylel, Megizra shmama, mishtame chukas, amri. We're just going to the grammar over here. Megizras miishmor, afkan, shtam megizras, mishtaya. So it's just saying it comes from the word astonishment, even though the tough is not part of it. Kishem shata meitzeh mishaymim, just like you find the word mishaymim, which means desolate, but Adam and Ival Benelam applying to a person who is shocked and dumbfounded, or Baal Machshavos and possessing confusing thoughts. K'may al yema neshama achreinim. Sumu shamayim. Ishtayme mishachada. Okay, just
Where are you, Rabbi?
1 second. Let me figure out. Okay, next Rashi. That's where I am. The last Rashi of 21. That was a very challenging grammar one. I'm sorry. Mishtaya lo. He's astonished at her. Mishtayim aleha. He's amazed about her. The word law means to her, right? But over here it's concerning her. But here it means, in the context, it means about, concerning. Okay, 22. Vayihi, and it was kasher kilo hagmalim lishtes, when they finished the camels to drink. V'yikach ha'ish, what did the man do? Eliezer, right, the servant. He took a nezem. He took a golden, the zahav, a golden ring, beka mishkolai, that has the weight of a beka, ushnei tzmidim, and 2 arm bracelets, al yadeha, on her arms, asara zahav, nishkolam, and their weight is 10 shekels. Okay, look at that. That's pretty, that's pretty action-oriented, right? Becca, Rashi in 22. Remember the Zhizkal Israel, there's an allusion to the shekel of Israel, the half a shekel that was donated by the Jews in the Holy Temple. Becca Legolgalis, and each one brought a Becca per head. Why is that being hinted over here? Good question. No, don't know. Next, Rashi, Ushnei Tzmidim, 2 bracelets. Remember, Shnei Luchas Mitzu Modes, it's an allusion to 2 pairs of tablets, meaning the 10 commandments are written on 2, right? Basar Zav Mishkalon, and 10 gold shekels their weight. Remez laser is a dibra shebehem. It's an allusion. 10 Commandments are upon it. So you know what we learned. We had a very fascinating class on Torah studies Sunday night, explaining that the birth of Yitzchak um, is embodied in it was the birth of the Jewish people, and here this is a continuation, the marriage, right? So I think why alluding all of this, because this marriage is the continuation of the Jewish people. So in it, what is the Jewish people? The 10 Commandments, the two tablets, and half a shekel. Why the half a shekel? I'm not clear, but the 10 Commandments that we could get, that we could understand. So it's hinted to it because this marriage is what is the continuity of the Jewish people.
Shekel was the Korban Tzibur. It's also on Israel.
Yeah, but why specifically that?
There's not too many things that are for the cloud.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sounds good.
Did the suckers.
Right. Yeah. No, that makes sense. Yep. Very good. Okay. 23. Ayamer, and he said to her, Bas mi'at, a daughter of who are you? Higidino, tell me please, li to me. Hayesh, tell me, Hayesh beis avicha, is there in your father's home? Avich. Malkum lanu, lalun, is there a place for us to lodge? Rashi in 23, Yemer Bas Miyat, he says to a daughter of who are you? Lachshin Asanlah, after he gave her the ring and the bracelet, Shallah, then he asked her, right? Which kind of seems like the opposite way of what you should do. Why? The Fishaya Batul, because he was confident. Says Chusha Avram, that the merit of Avram, Shitzliach HaKadosh Baruch Hu is darker than Hashem, made his journey successful. Wow. Lolin to lodge. This is a chassid of the Rebbe knows that their success that they have is the Rebbe's blessing to the person, not their own success. Where do we learn this? Right over here. Lolin to lodging. Lina achas means one lodging. Lin shem davar hu. Lin is a noun. Vihi amram. And Rivka said, Gam mokum lolun, also a place to lodge, which implies kama linas, many lodgings, meaning many nights. She was offering even more. Merv 24. And she said, Elav to him, Bas Besuel Anaichi, I'm the daughter of Besuel. Ben Milka, who is the son of Milka. Ashayol, the Lenocher, was born to Nocher. Rashi in 24, Bas Besuel, the daughter of Besuel, Yeshiva Rishon Rishon, she answered on the first question first, and regarding the last question, last. Tamer, and she said, Elav to him, Gam Tevin, also straw. Gam Isbay, also feed. Ravi Mano, we have plenty with us. And the Gam Mokum Lolo, and also place to sleep. Rashi in 25, Misbay feed. Kol Meichal Gemalim, food for the camels. Misbay is called feed. Going Eitzah Sa'irim, as legumes, husks, and barley. Wow. And after hearing all of this, so the man bowed his head, Hashem, and then prostrated himself before Hashem to thank for what he has been given, or what his master has been given. Not even about him, nothing about him. Everything is for the boss.